Ninja Elf Kitty, it's playtime. I don't know why people actually get plastic surgery on their face, because you're not meant to your body's not made to take some sort of drastic measures like that, due to the fact that it's not physically or mentally made for that. It's meant to grow old in a natural way, not for it to stay young forever. You know?
Yeah, but it's not even staying young. It's literally they're killing killing things in their face to preserve it, and it just looks wrong, because the aging is basically
all part of life.
All aging is
you cannot
getting
change
older. It's because we're constantly producing cells and all that stuff. Well, I don't know. I guess when our body sort of stops producing them, then we're not obviously developing anymore. So the body kind of starts to go a bit funny, and that's all aging is. It's just basically the body stops producing something. That's why it's weird, because lobsters technically they can live forever, because they have that gene or whatever, but because they're just killed and eaten, they don't get a chance to. But say if a lobster was born now and you put it in a cage, and it was obviously had access to food and whatnot, and you time travelled for 40,000 years in the future, that lobster would still be there.
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree, yeah.
It's insane. All they need to do is somehow preserve that chromosome, that DNA thing, and basically you can give someone eternal life. But the problem is, you need to do it to everyone, otherwise, say if someone was just a human guinea pig to it, then they'd just watch everyone around them die, and that'd be
terrible. That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone to have an eternal life.
There'd be no point living longer than the Earth anyway, because even if someone did have an eternal life, they would literally only live as long as the Earth lived.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And if something does die, then it's not eternal.
No.
It's not immortal. So.
Yeah. So people, want to live forever, but your human body is not physically made to live
No.
forever. Your soul will continue living for you, because your soul is just the version of you, like a representation of yourself.
It's, I don't know. No one really knows what a soul is. There's people who think they know. There's people that denounce it. Like people that denounce that there's no such thing as ghosts and stuff. The thing is with that, there is as much evidence as there is that there isn't. Because I was reading last night all the evidence that sort of proves that there is nothing like that. And it all makes sense. But the proof that they do exist also makes sense. So it's a really odd thing.
Well, obviously that you've seen them.
At Westwood, yeah. That bloody swaying shadow in a corridor, that was scary.
Yeah,
and that wasn't even corner of my eye thing. I physically turned round, saw it was just swaying back and forth, and then just kind of disappeared. We've got, people on the main stairs, the oldest part of the round. That's where the most common sighting of this weird, I don't know what it is. It's just like a crawling shadow going up the stairs. And people who are skeptical and really don't believe in spirits have seen it, and they don't really know what to make of it. People that do believe in it have seen it. But the weird thing is, the two people that I know that have seen it never talk to each other, so there is no way that one could influence the other. But the one that does believe in it said they saw it walking mostly, but they have seen it crawling. But the one that said they didn't believe saw it definitely crawling. So it's...
See, I've always been, ever since I was a kid, I've always been open-minded about this stuff. I've never doubted it one bit. I've always, you know, believed that there is an afterlife, and you know, when the human body dies, we go somewhere else. You know, so I've never really doubted it one bit, but I've always been terrified to what actually comes out of the body. Because obviously we all know that there is something in there.
Right. I'll tell you some of the facts that kind of disprove the afterlife completely. The fact that, and it all just goes about science and stuff, but to be fair, science at the time cannot prove or disprove a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that it's not true. But a lot of the facts that prove that it isn't, they do make sense. Like why as most ghosts human? Why are there no caveman ghosts? Why are there no dinosaur ghosts? Why are most ghosts Victorian?
Yeah, I understand.
Why is that? If you think of all the billions and billions and billions of people that must die like every, I don't know, not every day, but you know, surely that would mean that there'd be so many ghosts they'd be impossible to miss. So
I think that it probably all goes on.
I think it's natural selection. Not everyone
Can see.
But not everyone must come back. Or if they do, they're in a completely different thing. It's...
The thing is, the human mind's not supposed to know about all this stuff. So that's why we're always made to wonder what actually happens when you die.
I just think it's really ignorant to just disprove anything. Not disprove. I don't know. Just denounce something. Just because it seems weird doesn't mean it, you know. Doesn't generally mean it is. I think certain things are generally, as you say, they're not. I think they should just be left to, you know, if people want to just believe they're just stories or myths or whatever, so what? You know, but
people are entitled to their own opinion.
They are entitled, but I just don't like it when people get really extreme about it and start basically tormenting people that think differently, because I think that's going a bit too far. It's like the whole religious extremists. It's like, believe what I believe or I will kill you.
But yeah.
That's just terrifying. And no one should be like that. Oh, I don't know how we've got onto this from actors and actresses, but
I don't know.
So yeah, I think we need to wrap this up, to be fair. I've got a way to combine both. Because let's just say everyone that died came back as a ghost. Right. And another thing, before I forget, another thing on that site is, why is it always castles and pubs and hotels? It's like they die to the pub!
Yeah, I find that rather bizarre. Every time I'm most haunted, it's always in a pub.
It's always in a pub or
in a castle
or a hotel.
or in a mansion or something like that. It's like, why don't you just go to a normal regular house? You know, what's the difference between someone passing on in a normal regular house than someone passing over in a pub? What's the difference? There is nothing. There's no difference whatsoever.
So yeah, it's stuff like that make people sort of disbelieve. But I mean, there were stories about people saying that they'd seen Michael Jackson's ghost.
That is bollocks. I really don't believe that whatsoever.
No.
I saw that on the TV report, and that is not true at all. That is so not true.
I saw the video, and it clearly isn't right.
It's not. None of it was true whatsoever, really. I don't. You know.
It seems really weird that that people don't think that celebrities can be ghosts. It's like, well, would you go find... I
don't really like the term ghosts, really, because I I just don't like it at all.
But you have to remember that generally the term ghost generally means like an echo, like a repetition. Spirit, free spirit, free to wander, whichever.
A ghost is like you said, an echo or something.
An echo, yeah. Which is why people sometimes see ghosts like they look like they're floating, but in their own time they would have been a floor there or something, so they would actually be walking. But because I saw a comment on a website that said, if ghosts can walk through walls, why don't they fall through the floor? And no one really had an answer for that. So I don't know. I mean, there's been quite a few sightings of James Dean's ghost on that motorway, and Marilyn Monroe as well. People have said that they've apparently she wore a very recognisable perfume, and apparently that's been sort of smelt around the area. But there could be a million explanations for that. Someone just happens to be wearing the same perfume. But the James Dean one is definitely worth looking more into around the crash spot. Like hearing a car skidding when there was nothing around, and even some tyre tracks like I don't know, but I don't know. A lot of stuff could be just urban myths, and some there could be truth. But I think just to denounce it, just because you've not physically experienced it, I think is the wrong way to go.
I think that some people are made to experience stuff like this more than others. Not everyone's meant to experience the same thing. I'm guessing, because we're all different in so many ways, and I'm guessing that the ones that do experience stuff like this are known as the chosen ones, really, from my point of view, I reckon. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Could be true.
Alright, just to sort of close up, do you have I don't know, any, I guess, celebrity influences? Or no, better question, is there someone that you'd kind of, when you first heard of them, didn't really like, but they'd either been in a film or done something that you thought, actually they're really good? Because with me there's been a few people, but quite a couple. So two.
I can name a couple.
Go on then.
I really didn't like Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice. But when I saw her in Edward Scissorhands, I thought that she was absolutely amazing in that. Her character, the way that she played and stuff.
What about Alien? Have you seen that?
I have seen Alien.
She was alright in that.
I agree. I really agree. It's been a long time though since I've seen the first Alien movie.
I'm not too keen on the remakes, but anyway, that's it for now. So yes, that was a talk on celebrities that somehow went into a very long talk about paranormal stuff. So yes, it's good times. Yeah.